Well, hello, my name is Faiz Rahmadiansyah, and here I will be retelling you a story from the novel that I read, and this is for my assignment in extensive reading. So, let's get started. The novel that I want to retell you is called Thunder Point by Jack Higgins. Here's the novel, Thunder Point by Jack Higgins. This novel have a genre. I think it's thriller or action or something like that. And this novel have a prologue or started with it said that at the end of the Second War, take place in Second World War. It said that in the end of the Second World War, the Führer, or it's the other name for Adolf Hitler, the leader of the German at that time. The German was totally lost the war at that time. So Adolf Hitler, especially Adolf Hitler, cannot doing anything except hiding in his bunker. Adolf Hitler hid in his bunker with some of his soldiers. One of his soldier was Martin Bormann. We can say that Martin Bormann is secretary of Adolf Hitler. So in this moment, in the last of his life, Adolf Hitler give one last assignment to the Martin Bormann, and the assignment is to bring out the blue books out of the Berlin. These books contain a lot of name of British name or USA or the Allies who against the German, but the name on this book was actually totally support the Führer or Adolf Hitler. So we can say that this book totally secret. So no one should know about this book, because if these books found it and the Allies or German, USA or some country who against German, the name in this blue book was totally in disaster, in problem if British know the name in this book. So Martin Bormann bring out the books out of Berlin using a submarine, because at that time Berlin was totally surrounded by the Uni-Soviet soldier. So there's no other way, even with plane. He cannot out of the Berlin, because the Berlin was totally surrounded by the Allies, or especially by the Uni-Soviet soldier. So Martin Bormann get out of the Berlin using submarine, and he succeeded to bring out the these blue books. And that time was in 1945. We all know that Second World War, at the end of the Second World War, it's at 1945. As the times goes by, the story jumped out to the 1982, and it's a long way from the Second World War, because the war has long ended, but the war still left some of mystery. One of that mystery is the British or the Allies wondering was, where is the Martin Bormann? Because in Berlin his body or Martin Bormann cannot found anywhere. So the mystery at that time was, is it Martin Bormann dead, or is he still alive, or he dead where? The British was wondering about that. until in 1982, an old man lived in Caribbean Sea, one of the island in Caribbean Sea, called Saint John. His name was Henry Baker. When he went to diving as daily routine of his activity, he found a submarine. Well, it was totally shocked him. And after he found the submarine, he know that was a German submarine, because Henry Baker, this old man, was former soldier, British soldier. So after he found the submarines, he get into the submarine and found a diaries. The diaries was written in German. She cannot understand that, but he know one thing at the diaries. The diaries have some of big name like Martin Bormann. So he thinks that diary would bring something big to the country to solve the problem or solve the mystery. So Martin Bormann bring the diaries to be translated to his friends in London. And after the diaries translated, they all know that diaries written about the books. I mean, these blue books have written in the diaries. So, but the blue books still in submarine. The problem is Henry Baker, who know the location of the submarine, is dead in London. Dead in London, and no one knows where exactly the submarine located. So the main character in this novel was Saint Dylan. Saint Dylan is a gunman from the Irish soldier. Have assignment from Brigadier Ferguson to find out the blue books, or find out the submarine in the Caribbean Sea. The Saint Dylan was helped by Baker's daughter and one of the people in the Caribbean Sea to find. So Saint Dylan, but the problem with Saint Dylan is, of course, there are some names that in this blue books that they don't want to Saint Dylan to find the blue books. So Saint Dylan have to fight the people who will protect the blue books to be figured out. The bad guys here's his name was Santiago. He is one of bad guy who don't want to the books founded, because if the book was founded, it will in the big problem, in big trouble. So Saint Dylan not easy to find the submarine, because he have to fight a lot of the bad guy, because when but in the end of story, Saint Dylan succeed to found the blue books, and at the end of the story, the bad guys, all of the bad guy in this novel was died, and but some of people who have Saint Dylan was died too. So I think it's a great story. If you have time to read, It's totally perfect for your, if you love the action, if you love the thriller or action novel. This book was perfect. This book, Thunder Plane, was totally good to read. And that's all my review, that's all my retelling story, and thanks for watching.